my ladies, today I prepare for you something very romantic, very inspiration, dreaming, and some reasons to believe that all of us we would have brighter future. And it's a book, funny story. And this is a book about if you're in the totally desperate position and you don't know what it would be expect for the future and how it would be, and you just want to sit and cry, just like this book gives you some idea that if it's door closed, it's always open window. And if it's like one story end, it's always start another and maybe more brighter story and more better story for you. And quick review of this book before when we will come to the part with the spoilers and discuss and whatever. If you somewhere seen this book and thinking to buy or not to buy, I would say definitely buy. If you prefer more genres like thrillers, detectives, biography, sci-fi, what I prefer, and I'm not fan of the romantic stories, but this is book, it's first it's comedy, and here you will find some elements of where you can laugh a little bit, so I was laughing. Um, and it's not this like silly romantic story where they like suddenly meet up and they have like some different strange situation. This one has some tricky, interesting, clever, little bit funny story, what you can enjoy definitely to read, and where you can find something interesting for yourself, something what you can learn maybe for yourself, how I did, and I will share with you a little bit later when it would be with spoilers. So quick how it's like story starts, it's no spoilers, would be later, it's just like you can read it here too. So story started from the four main characters. I show five, but it's four. Daphne, who is supposed to marry for Peter, her fiance, and Peter has a childhood friend, old friend. It's like Petra, and Petra is a girlfriend of the Miles, who has like they live in apartment, and Peter with Daphne, they live together in the house. And one day before wedding, Peter has a bachelor party, right? Like before wedding. And when he show up at home after this, he told Daphne that they can't be anymore together because he is kicked her out from the house, and they start to be live together, like with Petra. They want to be together with Petra. So, and Daphne doesn't have any choice, so just like, and she's like moving to the Miles, who is like ex-boyfriend already of Petra, something like this. I know it's a little bit confusing on the beginning, but it will be better, I promise. So you can imagine Daphne, she is in totally desperate position. She is moved to new city with her ex-fiance already, and she doesn't have friends there, she doesn't have family there, she doesn't have absolutely anything there except the job what she likes. She is a librarian in the library, children library. And I think it's already a hook for us women who, I think mostly everybody has this some desperate position when we think like, oh no, that's it, like what we have to do next, like we don't have anything, what we do next. So this book, it wouldn't give you a clue to your situation, maybe it would be, right? But it's what is like give you the most important, I think, like if you're in the desperate situation, this book give you the most important, it's like hope and believe that everything would be all right. And I would say that this book probably light on the end of the tunnel, right? When you go into the dark tunnel and you can see a little bit light, so it can be like this book. So that's why I think it's a valuable book.
I feel wonderful. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful.
And it's not that you only enjoy the story, but maybe it would be feel you better about your future. If you have like perfect life and everything, so this book just would be like fun to read. What else I like about this book by itself, that it shows you a playlist. Yeah, all music, what it was in this book, they have a playlist here, so you can easy to find the music where you can cry off. Because it's mostly would be music where you can fun cry has. And what else interesting in this book, that look, it's like design of this book, like how it was on the beginning and afterwards, like what is after decides the best would be cover to this book. And I think it's like could be better cover. But what is like more important on this book is that I pretty much give you guarantees that you are enjoy this book, and because everybody can find something for themselves, especially if you like romantic and some psychology and maybe a little bit love. If you're searching for this kind of book, this book definitely for you. Now let's go a little bit deeper to the book and to discuss what is, I think, the interesting moments was, and you can support me. So, how you remember, Daphne decided to move to the Miles apartment because her fiance, ex-fiance, Peter, he is kicked her off from his house because that house was for his name. And he started to live with ex-girlfriend of the Miles, Petra. So they start to be together living in their house, and Miles and Daphne start to live in the apartment, what is rent by Miles, so they can share the renting now. And Daphne has in the library this important event where she preparing what she is looking forward to. It's the readathon. If you have been in this event, just let me know and put comments, because I'm curious actually what is this. I never been on events like this, so but it was sounds pretty fun on the book. Yeah, and after this, like she is like planning move to her mother to the another state where her mother living, right? Because she's like pretty close to her mother, but not close to her father. So Daphne moved to the Miles apartment, and the question is why in every book, every movie, man looks like a pigs. I mean, like the apartment. Why are they usually so messy? Because I think in the real life, at least like men who I meet, they are pretty tidy, and they usually clean, and they usually don't do mess. Maybe it's just like I was meet this man like this, like. So Daphne moved to apartment of Miles, and she has depression there, of course, because she doesn't have anybody, and she doesn't know anybody there. She doesn't have anything there because the house was on the name of her ex fiance, right? And she did, like, he didn't put her name in the mortgage or whatever, like, so it was easy to him to kick him out. What she's saying, I left my friends, my apartment, my job, my entire life, like, for Peter, right? So girls, put your comments, what do you think about this situation? Because for me, it's a little bit strange, because seems how it was that, okay, Peter is by house in the another state, and he is told her, okay, let's move to this state because we would be closer to my family living, to my parents, and he is close to his parents, so he is like grab her to his new house. They've been in a relationship 2 years on the moment when they decided to have a wedding. And girls, what do you think? Are you ready to throw everything and follow for the man who you love? And what do you think about this? What I think, you need to look for a situation. Daphne, how we see, she actually doesn't have so much choice, right? She's 33 years old and she wants a children, she wants family. And how we know, she's like this close person, introvert, who doesn't like so many people around herself. So, and she has only one friend. So yeah, I mean, like it wasn't so much to left there and move to another state anyway. But I mean, okay, she was thought to start her life there, right? But she like following the man, and man give her like some hopes that okay, this is our house, how he said, it's your home, Daphne, just relax and enjoy the situation. Soon we would have family, visit kids and whatever, like. Daphne, of course, follow this man who seems like a dream man for her, and she, because her mother was growing her like independent woman, and I think it's like part that's important, of course, to be like independent. I mean, like supposed to be balance of everything, I think, like, but. Yeah, so, and she just like, okay, you have home and I will put my furniture here. Like I will buy furniture for this home. And I think it's smart because you would feel that you will bring something yours to this, right? But I think it is smart only when your name on the document of the buying this house, because if it's like not, if you don't have any rights to this house, so for what to do any efforts, right? And when you read in this book, you see that she all the time thinking and try to remind herself that first she need to see to pay attention for actions of the man, then for his words. And I think that is smart also. She just like don't follow so much for this, at least on the beginning, but it is like smart that it's important actions. And Peter, he didn't do so many actions, and it's like strange if he is like bring her to his house, what he was by during their relationship, and just like, okay, it's your home, we are together, we are family, we are close to each other, we love each other, and whatever, what. But on document wouldn't be your name, and I mean, is it not the first question of untrust your partner? Because I think if it would be her name on the document, it would be much harder to him to panic. Because we see in a little bit on the end of the book that he was said that he was panic to marry for her, and he is that's like why he is broke up with her. So I agree with this book that men have to show first actions, and afterwards you can already see trust him or no, like. I think that like women more often have this situation when she is dependent of her husband, right? Like because we became pregnant usually when we how it's Daphne, she wants like to make a family, and she is like wants children. So it would be some period when she would be vulnerable. Even if you have money, still it would be nice if it would be a partner where you trust trust for 100%, right? So that's like what I'm saying, that like first you need to see how is your boyfriend, partner, whatever, like trust you with actions, and afterwards to take your pink glasses and to see like with without this, and I think for 2 years you can manage it and to see like why your name not in the some documents, because if you are together everything's supposed to be sharing, and after some days when they together with the Miles living, it's some situation when he took her to the bar and they drink whole night. It's like what she never did before. When she is like smoke weed with him, what she's never did before. Oh no, she did, but it's like she doesn't like so much to do it. Or they like went and eat fries or like something else, like what is she usually don't do also, right? And that's a moment when she starts thinking about Peter and a little bit different view, right? And what she is saying, for 3 years I've been eating like him, Peter, right? Like Peter, exercising like him, working tirelessly to befriend his friends and impress his family, going to his favorite breweries, and all along I thought it was my idea, my life. Only now, without him in the picture, absolutely none of the rest of the pictures make sense. Right? She is like talking that she is understands that this like all what she did before, she did not for herself, but she did for Peter. And now she's just like, oh no, I did mistake, but now I know that I would do everything for myself because I don't have the situation anymore. But how I said, they already like with Miles, with her roommate, they already went to the bar, what she doesn't like to do, smoke weed, what she doesn't like to do, eat fries at the night, what she doesn't so much like to do, right? We already see that pattern actually keep going the same. And I like how it's in the same page, she is continue thinking, like pretty interesting thinking, I would say. So what she's thinking, I'm not sure what parts of me are him and which part are I. It's like my sticker. Which parts are genuinely my own, and I want to know. I want to know myself, to test my ages and see where I stop and the rest of the world begins. Right? That's interesting idea. To test my ages. And I just have some friends, and I know some people who is have kind of the same, like suddenly they just like, I want to taste my ages, like, and I don't understand why it's always supposed to be weed and alcohol. Why it can be like, I don't know, physics, chemistry, or something like sport, right? Like dancing, whatever. And like a little why bit later, one of the dates, because Daphne, she just like, I don't like the city, whatever, I don't have friends and everything, and she is start actually make friends with her co-worker Ashley, her name, and they start to become closer. Ashley has a child, and she is working with her in the library. And Miles, he just like, okay, I will show you the city, and afterwards you can decide to leave the city or no, because I really like it and I want that you would enjoy the city also. And he start every Sunday take you to the dates, to the different places. It can be like to the kayaking, or like to sunset watch, or whatever. Like it's like many where they went. And one of the date, it was like also interesting interesting because they were like talking about each other, right? What we're usually doing in the dates, we like try to find out something new about each other and spend time together. He was asking her, hey, tell me something. And she asking, what? Something about you that has nothing to do with Peter, right? Because they still, it's like hurting, this broke up and everything. And and he just like, okay, I'm tired talking about Peter. Tell me something about yourself. And what she's saying, well, I guess all you need to know is how blank my mind just went. That's how sure I am about who I am these days. How blank my mind. So I mean, like couldn't say so far anything about her because she was like totally absorbed of her partner. And it's like seems that they didn't was together 2 years. It was more seems for me that they were 20 years together. I mean, like I understood if it's like 10, 20 years and you just like, hey, tell me something about yourself. And you understand that half life you was shared with a partner who is you can absorb with him or whatever, like, but yeah, it's like half your life was belong to a certain partner, right, to a certain person. And here, come on, it's only 2 years. 2 years, and you're not 20, you're not 25, you're 33 years old. So you have already 30 years and you can say anything about yourself. Yeah, that was a little bit silly for me. A little bit later, we can see that she already enjoyed to be with the Miles together, to spend time with him, and that's actually pretty cool. What I like in this book that it shows that, right, sometimes if it's like awful broke up like with your partner, or if it's something you need to time to live with this, to let out all emotion what you have, but the most important that like don't go like too deep to this emotion, don't do so many analysis of this. Like you can like cry sometimes, you can sometimes listen this sad music how it was in this book. Like about this book that it shows that she is going like deeper and deeper to her desperate position and crying and everything, but she started to be friends with Ashley. And it's actually pretty good that she has at least job what she's enjoy, because if you have like especially good if it's job, it's like reason why you need wake up. Doesn't matter, are you drunk, are you crying whole night, are you didn't sleep whole night, are you suffering or whatever, you know that you have to get up in the morning at 6, 7, whatever, and go to your job, otherwise you would be fired. So that's actually pretty cool in this situation. And she already has one, she's like went to the job. And another cool that she start to be friends with Ashley, and it's already she can complain about the situation and she already would feel better. And but the best is like when you have some patience come to you. It's like what it was with Miles, new love. And like Peter, who is Peter, I have this like handsome man who is kind, who is funny, who is with who is cool to spend a time. And first they started like a friends, and it's actually pretty cool that they didn't push to each other too strong, that they didn't do it too fast, because mostly books are just like thinking like, oh my gosh, do already sex, that's it. But on this book, I was glad that it was like take a time when they will sleep together already. So yeah, so she is start to be like feel better and better when she was some to busy herself with a job. She was busy with a friend. She already started to be busy, and with this roommate who is friend, and who is has some hints that they maybe would be together.
It wasn't necessarily what I expected.
funny. You're so intrigued as they would be together or no, right? What another couple I would like to talk with you, it's Ashley and Duke. Ashley is friend of the Daphne, and Ashley has a son, and she doesn't have husband because they broke up with, they like was married, I don't remember, some years they were married and they broke up because it was born a child, and they like pay all attention to this child, and that's actually pretty cool moment in this book, because when it's born a child, of course, a child needs a lot of your attention, and you need to be around to care and whatever, and you start to forget about your partner, and that's what is like one of the most often mistake I would say in mostly couples, when whole love come to this child, because one is what is important. It's like if you will work for your relationship with the partner, it would be make happy future to your child. Because how we see like Ashley and Duke, they was concentrate for the child and they start to be boring with each other. That's actually why we need dates. And when it's child already 3 months, probably you already can be feel free to go with the dates, maybe early, maybe later. Look at your situation and you can go to the dates, and it's important to keep it regular, that you would learn more about each other, because you changing, your partner changing, and it's important to all the time to have connection. And one tip for your date, if you don't know what to do and you don't have money, you can take your partner to the places of your childhood where you like to spend your time when you was a child, and to share it with your partner and show it. And I think it's actually a cool idea, because you can learn a little bit more about each other. And when you're thinking about your childhood, usually it's like something bright and warm, right? So what else we can see in this book? It's a problem between parents and children. Both of them, Miles and Daphne, they have problems with their parents. So let's start with Miles. I was a little bit laugh. I will explain why. Miles has a problem with the mother. Mother is a person who like to show this beautiful picture to her neighbors or whatever, like, and she was kind of prohibit her family members to show bad emotion, complain, to be sad, whatever, like, otherwise she is turning to the witch. Miles, he is decided to hide his emotion all the time and be like perfect boy, that his mother would be always in the good mood. And also when he had stomach bug, and he was throw up a lot, his mother said enough to pretend, go to the school. Yeah, I think she is not realized that children, they sometimes can be sick, right? And Miles has a sister, Julia, right? And Julia show up like suddenly to their apartment, and they were like, what happened? Why you so show up? And it was like whole book like intrigue about what's going on with his parents and why she show up. Um, and how we can see afterwards, Miles like saying also how it was attitude his mother to the Julia. She was way worse with Julia than she ever was with me. She would compare Julia to our cousins, tell her who was prettier and smarter or better behaved. She would compare Julia to herself at that age. That probably wasn't true. Right, so she is his mother is compared, and how I understood it was all this together, it was make a trauma for their future life. Again, why I was kind of laugh about this, because compare and to be positive it's kind of like how we are growing in Ukraine, right? I'm from Ukraine, and in Soviet Union it was mostly like this actually. And I'm pretty sure that in America it's kind of to be the same. So, and my parents, my grandparents, whatever, like they all compare me to someone for me it's actually casual life, and I know that like my friends a lot like what their parents compare and grandparents compare about like don't be sad. It wasn't more like don't be sad. I think mostly just like ignoring, or just mostly it was like tired, right? Like if you show tired and just like, in your age and you feel tired. When I was young, I never was tired, something like this, Like, so yeah, but maybe for somebody it's enough to have a trauma. But again, it was a lot of comparing in my family, and so yeah, it's like direct. It's like not the option to be in my family also, but also I always feel love from my parents. I think it's the most important. When no matter what, you feel that your parents really loves you. It's just like this kind of love they show to you. And another, it's like support. I always feel support. I know that if no matter what I did, how I would do it, I always can come to them and they will help me, support me, and manage their problem, like how find solution or whatever. And afterwards, of course, it would be plenty of critic that it's like how I can do it, how I could did it or whatever, but at least I know that they will help and support me, right? So maybe Malas and his sister didn't feel that his mother loved him, like could be, right? Another, like after this, we see that Daphna, she has a father who is, I would say, windy person. Yeah, today he is here, tomorrow he is somewhere else. And what it happened that he show up to her apartment. He didn't told her about this or whatever. He did kind of surprise, and she didn't like it. And he is show up with his new wife. And they will like have a pretty good evening, pretty good day. And Daphne just like, oh, maybe my father is changed and we would be together. And he just like disappeared, just like left her cooking or what some dessert, yeah, and letter that like well, see you soon. And see that was like kind of from the childhood. Her father show up, give to her some presents, say that he loves her a lot, and afterwards disappear suddenly to somewhere, like in a couple days or whatever. And she is again waiting for him. And I think that's what it's supposed to be like, saying her mother that yes, it's happened. Like this, it's happened. It's like person like this, and we just need to accept. You shouldn't wait that he would be changed, that he would be just entire time to be with you. No, it's like this person. Like some persons, we just need like to learn how to accept or don't accept. That's it. And if we accept, we just understand that they behave like this way. And that's it. And they wouldn't be changing any time because we can influence, but not so much. And sometimes better just like accept person with their all like problems and behaviors, right? So about your father, I mean, I think when it's like when your child it sucks, when your father not appear to your childhood, but when you're adult, um, I think it's like to the Miles and to Daphne and Julia. Uh, I mean, yes, your parents influence to your life a lot, to your future a lot. But when you adult, you already can more clear to see that your parents is a human, how all humans, so they have like something good, something better, what they did to you, but you in the present and you right now, and you responsible right now of your actions of your life, and only you right now can do something to change your present and your future. now it's don't influence your parents, and you can like blame them and like how bad life you have and whatever, like, but better like stop to blame and take responsibility to your hands and start to change what you don't like. Even if you are in any situation, even most desperate situation, if you change some small stuff, it's already changes to something better, and it can be like influence to the future and make some huge influence even to the future. What else we can see is that Daphne friends Ashley, she has a birthday and she didn't like her birthday because nothing changed in her life, and she was mentioned that she wake up every her birthday and it's the same walls in her bedroom, and she doesn't like this color and whatever. And Daphne just like suggests her that okay, let's I come and help you paint the uh, like room, and we would have like kind of like girls party. You prepare wine, some TV show, and we can paint together. And of course, Daphne forgot about this because of her father suddenly left her. Miles is suddenly start to be frozen, ignoring and whatever like her, and she is understand, and she was like pretty low, right? She was feel blue, and she forgot about Ashley's birthday, and Ashley was extremely often and angry and whatever, and she started to blame Daphne that she is again became absorbed of another man, and I think that's really cool moment when you absorb of your person, right? Because usually it's pretty short period of this time. It's usually what is like 2 months, is 4 months, and afterwards routine, practical, and everything. When you take off your glasses, put it and already to see like more clear everything. So it's pretty cool to absorb of some person if it's like short period, of course, and just like enjoy of this present, enjoy of this condition. And I think friends are supposed to understand it. And yeah, and you have to understand that your friend sometimes has different period in their life, and sometimes they want to be just like by themselves to stay and don't talk with anybody, or sometimes they want to more time spent with their partners, with their children. Everything absolutely okay. You should to accept that like we are have different periods and different conditionals, and it's okay, but we're still friends and we can communicate. And that's like what is another what I like this book a lot is because it really shows bad communication, because afterwards Ashley and Daphne suddenly show up to her bedroom and start to paint, and they start like to speak finally, and they understood that it was like bad communication, and that they just like don't listen each other, don't hear each other. And afterwards they understood that like Daphne said that like, well, I have like this bad period and I just like forgot, I'm sorry, and blah blah blah. And Ashley was agreed that she was overreacted, so that's cool. And it was also what is with Miles happened, because Miles went to find her father when he left her, to bring him up, bring him back. That's correct with the and Daphne to Daphne, but he couldn't, and he didn't tell her about this. He was preferred to keep a secret and just like ignore her some time. And Daphne was thinking about something like really different situation, because he also bring her this like a box with the fudge and just like letter I miss you, right? Like when he didn't show up during the night. And she already started to think about like with different situation what was happened, like she was compare him to her father. And afterwards, of course, they will like communicate, like to talk about this, and they like find out that actually, and I was like how it was first communication when they were sitting in the car and they were like fighting with each other, and they just like couldn't hear to each other, and Miles couldn't open her to be open to her, like he didn't say that he went actually and spent night with with her father to try to bring him back. That actually was silly for me, but okay. And he didn't say it because it would be like aha, she would be wrecked. The most important in every relationship, I so like how it shows like friendship and this like a romantic relationship, like that both they have problem because of bad communication, right? Because let your partner to have a choice, just like tell how it is everything, like, and afterwards you can sit together and to talk about this and find solution to this problem. Because if you would keep it by yourself and just like no, she doesn't need to know it, for example, like it would be like would be drag you deeper somewhere like to the down when it would be just broke up, instead that you can just like talk to each other and together with two brains to find the way how to deal with this, like, and that's like I think awesome to show in this book how you need to talk with your friends, how you need to with your relatives, with your love partners, and it's not only important to speak clear and right, but more important to hear and ask the right questions. That's like to understand the situation from the different corners, right, from the different view, and to see like more bigger clear picture and to know like what to do, right? It's like how doctors, they need like to take some analysis to see like more better what pills they need to um, prescribe, make prescription to you, and right? I like this like warm moment on the end of the book when she finally finished her this huge project Red Dawn for children, and she had some trouble and Ashley helped her, and it's like come like all volunteer for this project, all these friends who she knew, and Julia and Miles, and they all come to support her. And it was like so warm and so nice. It's usually so cool when somebody supports you and just like to be on your side, right? And we also see that after 1 year, I actually like when after put this like time after 1 year, like more than 1 year, like how it's their relationship and everything, and we see that they buy some house, like orange house, and it's pretty old and need a lot of fixing, and it would be probably for years, but they're happy together. And it's another pretty cool moment when it shows how it's important to have your right person, because if you have right person who is support, who is on your side, and you feel loved, so even this old house with a lot of fixing, it would be like would be feels okay. You will know that you can manage with this in the time, and it's like no worry, no nervous, then to be with not right person, how it was with Peter, and to live in this perfect big new clean and everything like house, and to be unhappy. I wish that all of you could find, if you didn't find yet, the right person with who you can live even in the old broken house, but feel happy and feel supported and feel loved. And it's time for conclusion, and I would say that if you thinking to read or not, like I hope that you will read and would think like your own way. Maybe you will find something to yourself, what it would be like some good lesson what you can to make in your life, because I mean like yeah, definitely better to take some lessons what it was in the the other live people and that don't do like these mistakes, or try to don't do these mistakes in your life. So I would say that this really cool book with a lot of deep thoughts, and it's like fun and it's romantic and it's calm and perfect for me, I would say. And I would pay this, and I would put this book like 4.5 stars from the 5, because of course it was like some silly moments. But I would say from the genre, romantic genre, is like perfect book, because usually they kind of silly, but this like a lot of interesting moments has. So if you like my channel, please support, put like, put comments, and maybe like what you think about my video, what you want that it would be changed, or maybe you want some that I would do book review. So put this book and I would be glad to do this review. So yeah, just like put like, follow me, and put this ring that almost know when it would be my new video. So see you on the next book review.